Rest in peace to Gwen Mcgrae. She was 81. Where do I start? Back in the day, used to bump Rocking Chair, which was a tight cut. It was catchy as all get out. She used to be married to George McCrae. She had some cuts. She definitely had a distinctive voice. She had that down home tone. She had that kind of tone that was kind of like a link between like Betty Wright and with a mix between Betty Wright, Mavis Staples, and Millie Jackson. That kind of vibe. But it was smoky. It was smoky soul. It wasn't for everybody. She didn't really stay hitting in the States. She was bigger in Europe, but people knew the jams though. I mean, Rockin' Chair was one of them songs you could definitely get down with. You could definitely bop to. You could definitely feel it. It was a jam. It was one of them songs that, people used to play cards to, joke to, have fun to. Like one of them songs. She did a remake of Lattimore's Let's Straighten It Out, which sounded good too. Again, she had that down home, that decent Denise LaSalle type of thing. If you know what I'm talking about with certain folk, there's certain artists, they never got no pop love, but they were the truth though. You could definitely vibe to what they were coming from, and you could definitely, groove to what they're about. So, just you know, she just had that kind of innate type of vibe about her. And I like what she was representing. So that that's how the early part started off. Then of course once the dance scene, once you get into the groove, you move fast forward. And so she was kind of like, kind of in between places and things musically. Uh, After she split up with George McCrae, who you know, hit with Rocky Baby, and it had, all that had that sound. But then she exploded in the early 80s with Funky Sensation. That was a cut. That was a cut. And you see, when you got this kind of versatility and this kind of vibe, you always had a jam. So she could beat you in different ways. And one of those unsung artists. In another era, another time, she'd have been bigger. But R&B music, especially black female artists, if you're not crossover somewhere in between, and there was so much competition. However, usually the case, and you got to give it to across the pond in Europe, the respect was there. Because though she couldn't hit in the States, she got bigger over in Europe. And they appreciated what she was about. There are people in the States who still rock her jams. Don't get it twisted. It's just that we know the institutionalized racism in the music industry. If they don't put no budget on you, they don't push you, don't look a certain way, don't vibe a certain way. There's a lot of artists who just didn't get the push, and she was one of them. But she had the goods though. I mean,